Captain America, The Winter Soldier is a 2014 film that I just got back from a screening for. This is directed by Anthony and Joe Russo. Now, this movie, before I really get into it, I have to mention that this Winter Soldier film was my most anticipated movie of the year. There was no other film coming out that I wanted to see more than this one. And if you see some of the films coming out this summer, that says a lot. So to say that this had a lot to live up to, my own self-made hype included, yeah, that's an understatement. Now, the plot. You basically have Captain America, who post-Avengers has been working for S.H.I.E.L.D, doing missions and whatnot. And he comes to a point where he starts to question S.H.I.E.L.D's objectives, their motives. Just, are they going about what they want to do the right way? And he even starts to wonder about Nick Fury, until so much happens, these chain of events, almost a ripple effect. And that leads him to now realize he can't trust anyone, including S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, what I thought of The Winter Soldier was, I fucking loved this movie. I loved it. This movie gave me everything I wanted and more. It overly satisfied what I was hoping this movie would be. I have some bullet point notes, so again, I'm going to stay away from spoilers. At the beginning, seeing Captain America work for S.H.I.E.L.D. and going on these missions, I really enjoyed, because it says a lot about the Steve Rogers character, that after being a soldier in the 40s and being frozen and then coming back, it's almost on instinct that he would work for this branch of government, and that he just sort of instinctively trusts them. And then you see that that trust might not be warranted. And I also love seeing him on missions and he's fighting people. You just see the brute force, and you almost forget how strong this guy is because of that experiment. S.H.I.E.L.D. is they're set in their ways. They do things their own way. So even Cap thinking that they're going too far, that Fury is going too far with certain operations, I enjoyed. His partnership with Black Widow, it's not like these two become a couple or get romantically involved, which I liked. I like that they just sort of get to know each other as people, and they become friends. And Scarlett Johansson, she's a great actress. She's insanely hot. I swear she gets hotter and hotter with every one of these films, and she's a badass. Now, Nick Fury, I like the character as that authoritative figure. Samuel L. Jackson clearly fits that role perfectly, but they gave him even more to do here, and I was for that. There's this one scene where it's pretty much a car chase, and it's one of the best action scenes in the film, so I like that Fury was involved in that. Anthony Mackie as the Falcon, interesting character, that he was a soldier and he meets Steve Rogers and they instantly sort of bond over being a soldier. I like the humorous moments between the two, where obviously Rogers is sort of light years ahead of him as far as skill, endurance, strength, but I like that Cap realizes that he is someone to have on his team. And I loved when he did put on that equipment with the wings. There was a lot more references to the first film than I was expecting, mostly because of the Avengers being in between them. I didn't know if it was going to be that closely connected to the first, but it was. Flashbacks, just a lot of moments of Steve Rogers having to deal with being in today's time, how much he's missed out on, how much has changed. There's one scene where he, again, staying away from spoilers, he goes to see a character from the first film, but they're like 95 years old now. And that's such a heart-wrenching scene because, you know, to him, he's still the same guy. And he's seeing this person, and it's so emotional because they vaguely remember him. And it just, that scene really got to me. I have to talk about the Winter Soldier. Holy fuck. This character was so badass. He was a cross between the Terminator, but yet he still had some emotional depth to him. The moments where he just comes in like an assassin and just tears shit up, killing people left and right, and just going on his mission. It was a character that we haven't gotten as far as the Marvel films go. A strong villain that is layered. You do get a lot of Sebastian Stan sort of picking up on some memories as Bucky, but still he was more effective, most effective as the soldier with the robot arm. He looked great. The outfit, the action scenes, the fighting scenes with him and Cap just were awesome. They were so evenly matched, you couldn't tell who would win. And that brings me to the action, because the action did not disappoint. You know, you have this plot that I'm purposely being vague about and staying away from as far as details go. I do plan on doing a spoiler review, hopefully after the weekend, so that everyone could have seen the movie. But the plot is so greatly written, greatly structured. There's so much layers going into it, and it's smart. It is a political thriller in a lot of ways. But the action is still there, and the action is still hard-hitting, still on a big, huge Avengers-level scale. So I enjoyed the action all the way around. Great acting from everyone. Chris Evans, you can't be surprised about. Scarlett Johansson, Samuel L. Jackson, Anthony Mackie, Robert Redford, of course. A lot of great actors in this film. I really can't think of too many complaints about it. I can't. I enjoyed practically everything about this film. This lived up to my expectations and more. You can't compare it to the Avengers. Somebody asked me after, is it better than the Avengers? And it's like, you can't compare one character in his standalone film to a team ensemble type film, but it's not that far behind. And for this to be the first sort of big action film, or at least the first Marvel film of this year, watch out to the other movies. Good luck topping the excitement, just everything that I felt going into this movie. Now, my rating for the film. You know, I've given movies matinee, I've given them full price, but I haven't given my top rating out to a lot of movies, because a lot of movies don't deserve my #1 rating, but this is that movie. Better than sex! Yes, Captain America, the Winter Soldier. I loved it so much, it deserves that rating. Again, I will do a spoiler review for this so that I can really get into the nitty-gritty, the details, and just really dissect the hell out of this movie. I definitely plan on seeing it again in the theater. And that's coming from someone who just saw it for free. I want to pay to see this again. It was that good. And oh yeah, just in case for some reason by 2014 you don't already know to stick through the credits, the after credit scene, holy fuck. Yes, it's that great. Anyways, guys, I highly recommend you go check out The Winter Soldier if it wasn't obvious already. Let me know in the comments below if you do plan on seeing it, if you're excited for it. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Later!